I want to talk about the Clippers because everybody's been making a big deal. They 10-10 in their last 20 games. But me personally, I dove deeper into it, and they lost to a whole bunch of good teams. Uh, they played Milwaukee twice, Minnesota. I think it's just sometimes you hit that point in your schedule where it's just like, oh man, it's just a rough stretch of games. And I think they hit their stretch of games. And I think losing Westbrook is a big part of that. I'm gonna show you right now. So in a last 20, they lost to Minnesota, OKC, Sacramento, LA. They lost to Milwaukee again. Damn, no. Minnesota, OKC, Sacramento, LA, Milwaukee, Minnesota, New Orleans. Now the Atlanta and Philly loss is probably the two worst ones out of that. But now that you see the last 20 games, is it a little bit more understandable? And how do you feel about the Westbrook injury?
Uh, I mean, I know them losing Westbrook was was gonna shake up they little depth a little bit because I mean he they backup point guard or whatever. Um, but some of those losses, I mean, I understand they are against contenders, but they was getting blown out of some of those losses. So I mean, um, I don't know if I don't know how much Westbrook will make a difference far as how they've been playing lately, but I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
it's
they've
an
been scoring.
energy thing, right? I think it's an energy thing because when you look at Kawhi Leonard, does energy just pop off? Is that what you think of when you think of Kawhi Leonard? Do you think of energy when you think of Paul George, James Harden? I think like actually having energizing Westbrook that's getting the crowd into it, diving for loose balls. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Rocking the baby. Like I'm not the biggest Westbrook guy, but as a seventh man, I think him and Norman Powell coming off the bench, that's a dynamic duo for a bench unit. Bones Highland, when he's got his opportunity, he just say dog, he needs to go play street ball. They got N1 still. I don't know if they got N1 still, but NBA basketball not for Bones. But I think they miss Westbrook just the energy and the dynamic duo he forms with that bench unit with Norman Powell, and he get a lot of easy buckets. They don't get a lot of easy buckets, bro. It's a lot of half court, drawn out possessions. So I dove into the stats. Everybody's stats is pretty much the same. Now Kawhi is only averaging 23 points in these last 20. So I think he probably got to step it up, but he's still been pretty efficient, pretty good. So is Paul George. So it's like I think they just probably missing Westbrook and they schedule been kind of hard. Mhm.
Uh, we gonna see. He supposed to be coming back this week, right?
He supposed to be back tonight. They say he supposed to be back tonight. Do
So
you, so
we gonna see how much of that energy
so
makes a difference.
so you worry? That's basically what you're saying. You think this should be something to be taken serious?
I mean, I'm not really worried because I told you I already thought that this Clippers team wasn't legit. That was you saying, man, I don't know, they look different this year. And I sat there and heard you and White Boy Chris say last year, man, I am done with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard experiment. I heard y'all say that to y'all man. And now here y'all are back on that gravy train, man.
That was
So
pre James Harden, right? And when y'all counted them out,
even when they got him, I still was like, man, you
and what
got
I
three
say,
guys on that team that
they
once
too
you
good.
don't know
They're
what
too
you don't
good.
know what his availability gonna be.
Mhm.
Really all three of them that can apply to. But two of them, they're playoff droppers. One of them, you don't know if he's gonna be available in the playoffs, and if he is available, you don't know for how long. And then the rest of those guys is just it's not enough.
Okay. Before we move on, I'm gonna ask you this right now. The 4-5 matchup is the Clippers and the Pelicans. The Clippers are the 4th seed, and the Pelicans are the 5th seed. Who you got right now in that 7-game
Might
series?
get by them because it's the Pelicans. You don't know. You don't know how consistent. Hold on a second. Have we seen Zion in the playoffs?
No, dude was hurt when that
Okay.
last time they played in the playoffs.
We already know CJ McCollum in the playoffs. That's gonna be interesting because I want to see. I really want to see what Ingram and Zion gonna do together on the playoff court.
Who would you favor
I
in that matchup?
still say I got Clippers.
Okay.
In that matchup.
What's okay? What would be this season would be disappointing for the Clippers if this happened?
I mean, they've been together so long now. They ain't even seen a Western Conference. Well, they've seen one.
So you saying Western Conference Finals are bust?
Nobody has them winning a championship, but they've been together so long. It's like that's what we still expecting. Like y'all still riding till the wheels fall off. So that's what we expecting. Anything else is just like, okay, it's the same Clippers team. Still ain't did nothing. The same Clippers team from the year before.
Okay. Just one last thing. Did you see the Paul George comments when he said in a press conference that they didn't have an identity? Is that something or nothing?
Is somebody asked him a question and he answered it like that, or did he just?
Yes.
What was the question? What is the Clippers' identity?
No, somebody just asked him like, what's been going on with the Clippers these last couple weeks or whatever. And he was like, we ain't got no identity. Austin Rivers on his podcast said that boy just got so used to talking on these podcasts, he just saying all kind of stuff. He said that should have been kept in house. And people are speculating he going to Philly next year. So there's that.
This is what I don't like about today's All-Stars or whatever you want to call these guys. These guys be so ready to move like they not part of the reason why their team ain't succeeding. It's one thing you doing everything right. They going behind your back saying stuff, promise you one thing, do another. You 100% loyal. You done put the work in, the grind in. You done carry teams to the playoffs year after year, but you ain't did that. You've been hurt the past 2 years. The year before, y'all could have y'all was in a playing game. Somehow you catch COVID. Last year you wasn't even there. So I'm like, dude.
He did take them. Didn't he take them past the Jazz when Kawhi got hurt?
What's that?
Yeah, he got to that Western Conference Finals, but they pretty much got blew out. Who was that? Phoenix?
I think so. Because they got past Utah when Utah was their first seed.
And Utah still had Donovan over there at the time. So Donovan over there was his second year. So yeah.
But my thing is, I think Paul George has done what he's supposed to do for the Clippers during his time. I just think
Western Conference Finals.
It's not his fault. I don't think it was his fault. He got them to the one Western Conference Finals. It's supposed to be Kawhi team, right?
So it wasn't his fault.
He's supposed to be Robin. Every time he's supposed to be a Robin, we blame Paul George the Robin.
What have people been saying this year about the Clippers?
What you mean?
Is he still a Robin?
He should be.
It depends on me personally. It can be between him and Harden who's going to be a Robin at any given night. It just depends on who that's playing.
Shoot, let Clipper fans tell it. He been the best player on the team.
That's because I don't get it. Like Paul George is just popular, bro. He just that popular.
Yeah, this is what happens when you got a nigga with a podcast. He's just the most popular nigga on the team. Kawhi don't talk. people feel how they feel about.
Dang, Chris, I think we lost you. Or is it me?
No, I think he lost connection or something. But no, man, that ain't enough for me, man.
You said
It's
you
not
had.
enough.
I'm just saying with Kawhi. What was you saying, Chris? I think you back on now.
Oh, my shit, I cut out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was saying it's because it's Paul George. He the most popular nigga on the team. This is what happened when you get famous on YouTube and start running your mouth about every damn thing. Shit, the nigga had the damn owner on the damn podcast.
I think he's so okay. Who's done more of their part for the Clippers? Paul George or Kawhi Leonard?
You can say so far Paul George only because Kawhi's been hurt. But still at the same time, just the way that Paul George is talking, he talking like he's him on that team. And it's like when we put it in the context, like we know you're not the best player on that team. It just so happened in the biggest moments that y'all had, you've been more available. And this could go from the year we talking about Kawhi got hurt, and he got into the Western Conference Finals. Shit, we can say last year whenever because PG got hurt before that first round against the Suns, right? He didn't play in that one, did he?
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah,
but then we see Kawhi, this your moment, and what happened? The nigga go off, and the next thing we know, the nigga hurt and can't play.
Disappeared, yeah. So why don't Kawhi get why? So why? This is really my last question. Then we can get to the Rockets. Why does Paul George get more criticism than Kawhi Leonard when Paul George has been more available and took them further?
Kawhi don't talk. Kawhi don't talk, and Kawhi's already proven. It's one thing if you underachieving and you talking, Kawhi don't say shit, dog. This nigga Paul George be like, this no identity thing, like. That shit is crazy to me. You've been there for how long? And you like at this point, nigga, whether you're available and like nigga, you supposed to be one of the vets on that squad. You're one of the two people that team is supposed to be built around, and you talking about y'all have no identity. That sounds like they got to start with shit. The two big dogs. You can't blame Doc no more. He gone. Ty Lue, yeah, we know he cold, but shit. I done seen this nigga more emotional when he was coaching Bron and Kyrie.
Yeah.
That nigga's literally like, shit, I thought I had a squad, but every time I turn around, one of these niggas get hurt.
Okay.
I mean, that's just how I look at it, man. I mean, Kawhi don't talk, man. It's
you not wrong.
A lot of niggas ain't gonna respond to a nigga that ain't gonna talk, man. It's one thing if you doing all that talking, you ain't done shit. This nigga Kawhi don't say shit, and he got two finals MVPs. He don't give a damn about no other accolades, and nigga gonna try to bring up on him, dog.
Okay.
He don't talk. But the one thing I can say, I mean, because I was dumb. I mean, I'm still kind of iffy on him. But Kawhi has shown me this year the nigga can legit stay healthy, and maybe it was just something wrong with the nigga. I don't know. But so far, he showed okay. Maybe the nigga was actually hurt.
I mean, he really do got bad knees. That ain't going nowhere.
But I'm just saying, like the past 2 years, he's just missed so many games. It's just you had niggas questioning, like, nigga, are you really hurt, or is this load management thing really just rolling over from San Antonio?
Bro, this nigga's a load management OG. Don't get me started. We got to move on.
I'm just saying because I
just think he deserves as much or more criticism than Paul George. That's all I'm saying. I feel like
but he's not gonna get it because he don't talk. You know the most talking that he did since he been in LA? That one commercial that he made. But when the one commercial was the only noise he made, and that's all he did.
Was that New Balance? That was New Balance.
And nigga, I ain't seen another New Balance commercial with that nigga in it.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.